Interview? Intro video. Well, here we are. It is October of 2021. It's the first Sunday in October. It's the third? It's the second. It's the first. It's the second. It's the third. It's the third. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. It is October 3rd. It is the year 2021. We'll see how much that makes sense to any of you out there now or in the future. Or if you somehow traveled from the past and made it here and are experiencing this then as well. I mean, I could hear myself, but we might be experiencing technical difficulties, folks. This is happening in outer space. It is all volunteer run. That means we put our teeth into it, so sometimes we get through it when we will get through it. But yeah, we got a fun show tonight. Just like every time, if you ever have anything you want to share, let us know. Send a video clip in. We could have you in live in person. Super excited to have Daniel Nickerson in the studio here with us today. Been here before, and hopefully I'll be here again and again and again. I'm Julio Perdido. That's Sean Perdido. Do we just go for it now? So, as a MC, you see me filling up this time with stuff to not make it feel so free. Bonfire show. There is a bonfire show. Today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. Here on it's out there in Samoa somewhere. I think we're gonna show it on the screen. So look at the information over there. Wherever it is on the screen. Is it over there? Is it over here? If you're looking, you can tell me. So, if you're looking, tell me. Comment in the thing. Let us know what it says. And yeah, share it. Let people know. Yeah, exactly. That's what's up. We got to make sure y'all aren't just putting this on as sweet, sweet slumber music. I know we do that a lot. But tonight, we're going to rock and roll a little bit. I suppose that's our prerogative. Also, if you are in Humboldt County and you're looking for a lot of rad things to do this month, Centro del Pueblo is getting a lot of workshops going this month to kind of get ready for Dia de los Muertos at the end of the month. On the plaza, on our storefront building, whatever, we're going to have an awesome art show that's going to really, really hopefully get some people thinking and feeling things about what it means to move through the world and being in such beautiful places as this. What it means for folks to kind of lose each other in the process. But, of course, are we good?
Yes.
But, of course, Dia de los Muertos isn't only about what we lost. It's about a lot of other stuff. This song's called Time. Sabemos que el mundo se va a acabar. No es algo que puedo olvidar. Time, I wanna stay acabar. Hay que vivir mientras que estamos aquí. Thanks for bearing with us. That's all to say. Time is an illusion. Up next, we got a video that's also giving you a little bit of a play on time. It's a Figs one song a week thing. So let's see what's up this time. I'm pretty sure that's what we're playing next. Stick around to find out.
Oh, I'm like trying to write the second, the next verse to it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going it? Because I'm talking about this time that I heard Jenny Lewis singing in a bathroom.
Fig is working on a song in the other room. This is, I'm working on cutting out holes in these prints of plant anatomy. This is the place I'm hoping to turn into a printmaking studio. Community printmaking space. Here's our light table. Okay, and here's Fig. Here's Fig in the think tank room, which is what I'm starting to think of this room as. It's like, this room is the think tank.
Forcing it. The thing about writing a song when I'm not inspired to write a song is that it feels forced. It always feels phony. The only way that it feels good to write songs is when I'm having a feeling and I channel it. But this is like I gotta write. I heard Jenny singing in the bathroom. And the other part's just, you're gonna last forever. You hear that? It's like weirdly romantic in a way.
You ain't going anywhere.
I think as Americans, like subconsciously, like that's why we love plastic, because like it's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Like we're just like afraid of dying and being in.
Yeah.
It's like this is never going anywhere, like me. Right. Told you both.
Did you hear her peeing?
You know, yeah, I must have. I must have. I mean,
was she singing to disguise the peeing?
I think it was just kind of like, you know, like sometimes you're like peeing, you're like, like just while you're doing it. I don't think she was trying to hide the peeing, but yeah. And then that's why she looked at me. I was hungover. I barely made it to the show. That's true. But when Jenny's performing in the bathroom, goddamn, you find a way to go. So, but I just want another. I want another like verse for the the first part.
I don't know. I like the part of like washing your hands for like an extended period of time, just being like, this is normal. This is how long I wash my hands for. But like, really, you're just like, shit coming out.
Yeah. Give me a little bit more guitar.
Okay.
I feel like a
Yes, Fig.
Yeah, washing my hands. So when you said that, like, I have an idea of like some term like secret audience.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I wash my hands for too long.
Something audience for her bathroom song.
Well,
I wonder what she'll think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. Secret audience to her bathroom song. I don't want to say bathroom. Hands for too long.
Yeah.
You're not saying secret audience to her
private song.
That's exactly the words that were in my head. Private song.
Go on.
She looked at me, I was hungover. I barely made it to the show. But when Jenny's singing in the bathroom, goddamn, you find a way to go. Goddamn, you find a way to go. I washed my hands for too long. I lingered at the sink. Secret audience to her private song. I wonder what she'd think. I look in the mirror, I'm hungover. I barely made it to the show. But when Jenny's singing in the bathroom, goddamn, you find a way to go. Goddamn, you find a way to go. Goddamn, you find a way to go.
Thanks, Fig. That was cool. It was fun to participate in that and like be around while Fig was writing a song and feel like I could contribute just from talking. It was nice. There's a shadow on the wall in a suit and tie. If you do what you're told, he loves you. It's an amazing feeling being loved by this man, till you think about it at all. Till you think about it at all. The song was written by my friend Lee Davis, with whom I was in a band in our early 20s. And I've always thought that Lee was one of the most amazing songwriters like I ever met. She was just such a natural. And then she just stopped writing music or playing music when she was like 25. And now we're both in our late 30s talking about this shit, and we're like, why'd you stop? And weirdly, the answer is often patriarchy. Because she's like, you know what? I feel like my greatest vector of patriarchy is currently internal. And that's some fucked up shit right there. Because it's hard for me to relax and work on creative projects, because I feel like there's this man around, and he's not happy if the house doesn't look great. He's not happy if there are dishes that haven't been done. He's just like unhappy, you know, unless all the housework is done. And I'm like, but who is this guy, Lee? Who is this guy? And she's like, I don't know. It's almost like he's my outer inner man. I'm projecting him from inside myself, and he's making me do things that I don't really care about, but I feel like he cares about them, so I gotta do them. And then she was like, wait, but it's even worse than that. It's like he's not even my outer inner man. He's my mom's outer inner man. And there he is, just like controlling how creative I can be in the world. And I was like, you gotta write that song. Please write that song called My Mom's Outer Inner Man. Please leave, please. And she recently sent me the first draft, and this is what I'm playing right now. There's a shadow on the wall in a suit and tie. If you do what you're told, he loves you. It's an amazing feeling being loved by this man, till you think about it at all. He's a projection. He's a Frankenstein collection sewn together by ages of violence and threats. He's an amalgamation from generations, and I let him live in my head. I let him live in my head. That line to me is really heartbreaking. Because, yeah, man, one's greatest vector of oppression should never come from within oneself, you know? That is not a very grammatically correct sentence I just said, but you know what? I'm ESL. That's my ticket that I get to get off of. There's a shadow on the wall wearing a suit and tie. If you do what you're told, he loves you. Feels so good to be loved by this man, until you think about it at all. He's a projection. He's a Frankenstein collection sewn together by ages of violence and threats. He's an amalgamation from generations, and I let him live in my head. I let him live in my head. Don't let him live in your head. Lee Davis, everyone. And Daniel Nickerson on bass and drums. Cool. What's next? I think that's as far as we planned. Who wants to be the host now? Julio, come back.
Julio, you want to grab this bass?
Yeah, Julio, grab a bass. What are we doing?
What's going on?
I'll take that. 2 minutes.
Do we have any announcements we need to make? Is anyone saying anything that we should report out to the public?
I got my wires crossed.
Sean? No? Oh.
Many things for your entertainment are now on the screen.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what they are.
Oh, it's October 3rd.
We're halfway there.
This behind the scenes view.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys want to try this song?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet Jane. Okay. How we doing, Brandon? Is it go time? Okay, folks.
Bring it on.
Got some stuff going on. So this is a song written by a fellow named Lou Reed. And Lou Reed was a human being on planet Earth. He's not around anymore. And he wrote this song about another human being. It was an imaginary friend of his. His name was Sweet Jane. Standing on a corner, suitcase in my hand. Jackie's in a vest, Jane is in a coat. Me, I'm in a rock and roll band. Riding the struts, beer catching. No, those were different times. All the poets, they went to school, they studied rules of verse, and those ladies, they rolled their eyes. Sweet Jane, oh, sweet Jane. Yeah, sweet Jane, oh, sweet, sweet Jane. Oh, Jack is a banker, Jane, she is a clerk. And both of them save their money when they come home from work. Sitting down by the fire, oh, the radio does play that classical music there, Jim. All the March of the Wooden Soldiers. All you protest kids, you can hear Jack say, Sweet Jane, sweet, sweet Jane, oh, sweet Jane, people, they like to go out dancing. Ah, but other people, they have to work. There's even some evil mothers. Yeah, they will tell you that everything is just that women never really faint, that villains always blink their eyes. Yeah, they'll say that children are the only ones who blush, and that life is just to die. Yeah, but anyone who ever had a heart, they wouldn't turn around and break it. Anyone who's ever played a part, they wouldn't turn around and hate it. Sweet Jane, sweet Jane, sweet Jane, sweet Jane, sweet Jane. All right, there we go. Okay, Sweet Jane. That's great. That's the new rock and roll band. We tried one more tune right before the whole thing started happening with all the cameras and stuff. Okay, so when I was 13 years old, I had the worst acne of anybody at my school, and I had this thing called Accutane. So it's like a hormonal therapy for kids with really bad acne. I was about as uncool as you can get at that moment in time. I was 13, and I had like my face was just sort of falling off. You kind of like have these your skin would get so dry it would just kind of flake off whenever a girl would look at you. And so that's when I got into music, because I could put on my headphones and kind of go walk down the railroad tracks and listening to the Velvet Underground, listening to Lou Reed totally changed my life, man. That was the best stuff. I love how Lou Reed writes songs often like a playwright, or not from his own perspective, but he's talking about people that he sees, and he's just talking about their experience, and he's kind of throwing his imagination into their world and just kind of living there for a little bit. I think it's a good place to be, to live in the world and not in your own head all the time, you know. So that's my story about Lou and the Velvet Underground. Anybody else got one over there? Marina?
I also have a story about being uncool that involves the Velvet Underground. So when I was 16, I moved to Tennessee by myself, like without any adults, because I was escaping my community in Washington, a community in which I had landed when I was a 10-year-old fresh off the boat Russian immigrant kid in a community that, because it was so small, like I felt like I could never really escape that version of myself, even though over the years I learned to speak English without an accent, and I blended in basically, but like people there knew, and because of that I felt really shy constantly. So I went to Tennessee. Whatever. I was like in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee at this little private Episcopalian high school, and I was so shy that I couldn't process anyone being nice to me as like a thing that was actually happening. Like people would compliment me about like my artwork or etc., and I would just like start crying basically. I was a bit broken at that point, but there was a university in that town, and they had an amazing record library. And one of the only things that I felt like really awesome doing is I would go check out a pair of headphones and then just like listen to records all evening long at the record library. And I listened to the Velvet Underground a lot during that period, just like discovering their music. So yeah, that's my Velvet Underground uncool story. And then at the end of that year, everyone at that school was like, "Oh, we thought you were totally cool." And I was like, "Oh, well, thanks for telling me now after I spent a whole year just like feeling terrible and hiding from you all." But okay. And then the next year was great. Senior year was fun.
I don't really have a Velvet Underground story. Not that goes that far. Besides, well, I guess it makes less sense to go that way. Besides finding out about sort of like queerdo bands that like existed before I even knew about what that was, to be in this sort of, you know, I guess expressive sort of sense, physically, spiritually, or creatively in any kind of way. So it's cool to see that, you know, growing up and be like, all right, they could do it, I could do it too, and then I'll do it my way. Which takes me to teenager in love. I was often a teenager in love, and none of it really came to fruition. But I learned how to play a guitar, bass actually, and I was in love, and have been in love since. This song's Teenager in Love, I guess.
Must I be a teenager in love. In love, oh why? Oh why, 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 oh
Daniel down, Daniel down.
He said he's been bored.
Then what?
He said he's been bored. He's having fun.
Daniel's having a good time here with us. Hope you are too. And if you are, share, like, subscribe. And if you're not, did I do it? I did it. I finally did it. Oh, yeah, we also have stuff on Bandcamp.
Certainly. I was 6 seconds behind.
What?
Julio should not upstage Daniel. Basic performance rules. Audience cannot see.
It's a placement thing.
Yeah, we need to move the mic.
Yeah, we need to move the mic.
Thanks,
But
Dad.
I'm actually going to get out of the way now because you're up now, right? So I'm going to let this be Daniel's time now.
Oh, can I plug into this red plug here, Brandon, without making too much noise? We'll see what happens.
Turn off that.
I've got it muted to the house, the guitars.
There we go.
Then let me take this strap.
Am I in the shot at all?
Okay, something's happening.
You should not upstage.
I will not.
Feels like we're in rock and roll school. Sean's a good positive reinforcement sort of teacher at rock and roll school. You guys are doing your best, you know. Let me know if that's working. Okay, has anybody got an idea for a tune? Okay. I'm looking into the small plastic device that I've been told is a camera. And I'm going to play some music into this camera. Brandon's got all these crazy cables set up. And my gosh, I made no plan for what to do. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Well, these headphones aren't really working, so maybe that doesn't matter. Yeah. Maybe I don't need the headphones. Oh, yeah. Well, here we are. How we doing in rock and roll school here out there, folks? We gotten any better, or is it going downhill? I always kind of liked going downhill. Yeah. Okay. I'll play some songs I wrote here until somebody comes up with a better idea. We can pass the mic around. So this is a song called Take Good Care. And I'll tell a brief story about how I wrote it. I moved to Arcata about 7 years ago, and I got a job at a hostel. And this is not entirely an all-ages story, so if you're a kid out there. But it was natural. It was a very natural experience. I got this job at a hostel that they were starting down the street, and they said, you could make $12 an hour cleaning up after other people. I was like, great, I'd love to do that. I know how to clean up after other people. And so then they gave me a little time card, and I wrote 10 o'clock on it, and I met my manager, and she was kind of cool, and she was like smoking a hash pin the whole time, so she was really stoned, and I wasn't. I was just kind of hanging out, trying to be good at my new job, and on the first bed, she's like, you just kind of take the covers, and you go, whoosh-ah! And so I did that, whoosh-ah! And then a heart came out of it, a chocolate heart, and it was wrapped in purple tinfoil, and she's like, oh, you just found a chocolate, like, that's like a good sign, like, you should eat that, man. Oh, yummy. And I ate the chocolate. I was like, this is shitty chocolate. This doesn't taste very good. It tastes sort of bitter and chalky. What is this weird chocolate? And then we moved on to the next bed, and we kept on cruising around. And about 15 minutes later, she was teaching me how to do pillowcases. She's like, you just get the... And I was like pushing the pillowcase in the bag, but I started feeling like I was going to fall in. You know, like if you're like next to the toilet bowl, I was like, this is kind of weird. Like, I wonder if that was like a regular chocolate. And another couple minutes passed, and I realized I had eaten a mushroom chocolate. And later I met somebody who said that they made those chocolates. It was an eighth of mushrooms. So it's like the largest dose I've ever had in my life. And I was like, I think I ate a trippy chocolate. I probably need to get out of here. And she said, oh, yeah, let's get you out of here. And we ran downstairs, and the lady that owned the hostel was sitting at the front desk next to the time card that I had started. And my boss was like, this kid just ate some mushroom chocolates. Like, we need to get him out of here. And she started busting up laughing. And she gave me the time card. And at that point, it had been probably like 45 minutes or something. And I couldn't, like, looking at a time card. And she's like, how long have you been here? And all the lines are kind of like wobbling. I was like, I don't know. And made it through that experience. And then the next thing she said was, when are you free? And I was like, I'm always free. And she said, okay, so I'll see you tomorrow at 10. Okay, yeah. And I took a bike ride down. This is great with the echo, wow. And I wrote this song. Oh yeah, and on that bike ride, I went down to the Mad River bottoms, and this cow kept on smiling at me. Oh yeah. So long, I'll be gone for a little while, but not for good. But just now, I saw that cow flash a little smile at me. Well, it feels good for a little while. Well, it feels good only for a little while. When you got it, take good care, 'cause it could go anytime. That's some nice little short. That story was way longer than the song. You into that? Okay, I'll play another song that's in the same key at the same tempo. And maybe if people aren't even paying attention, they won't even notice that I stopped. Lost lady looks for the light in the middle of of the cold dark night, and she's a long way from home. Life is a long way to roam. The clean hand man takes what he can, but when you find out where it's been, you know he always gives it away, unless he's got bills to pay. Plum blossoms lean towards the sun. Yeah, when they're hoping for some of the light they need to live. You know, life has a lot to give. There we go. That's the song about some plum blossoms I had a conversation with someday. Oh yeah, how's it going out there? Is it all going according to plan? You guys are into this? Thank you to our faithful listening audience out there. I hope we're not blowing it in the rock and roll school. I really appreciate all the positive feedback we've been getting. I really appreciate all you outer spacian folks that let me come and hang out. I kind of want to keep playing some songs that kind of have some natural elements coursing through them. I'm thinking of one about a river. I like this one because it's the same tempo and same key as the other two songs. So maybe that's like a theme that's forming here. It's called A River's Work Is Never Done. When the plants are growing each day, and the people are having their say, but the river keeps flowing away. And the wind's been blowing all day, and the horse is eating her hay, and the river keeps flowing away. Well, it might seem slow to some, but the river's work is never done. Many rivers, they're all flowing into one. Seems slow to some, but the river's work is never done. Many rivers, they're all flowing into one. The plants are growing each day, people are river keeps flowing away. Okay, there we go. The river's work is never done. So that's the Holy Trinity there. Should I keep going? What do y'all think? Earth is wise. Okay, we can give that one a go here. Cool. Thanks for suggesting that, whoever. Andy. I feel like I probably know you from some other life, Andy. I don't totally believe in reincarnation. It'd be hard to buy into that, but I do like to think about being an animal somewhere along the line. I think it would be cool to have been a squirrel. Yeah. When I see squirrels, sometimes I mistake myself for one of them. Seeds will grow. Seeds will grow 'cause they wanna. Seeds will grow down on the ground. Trees know. Trees know what the deal is. Trees know where it all goes. Earth is wise. Earth is wise and it came first. Earth is wiser than we are. There we go. Earth is wise and it came first. Yeah. I was finding that song was written initially as a series of propaganda posters that were rhyming just for the sake of, but they're good reminders. Okay. Maybe like one more song, a couple more. What's the deal out there? Okay. Oh yeah. I have a song that's just one chord. Like Julio and Sean, do you guys want to try it? It's just yeah. And it's called The Work of Fools. Yes. And you've heard it before. And it's just the D chord. You can try bass. Or not. I took the strap. be, taught us to live right. Wouldn't that be neat? There was a house that could stand the heat of a burning fire. Well, wouldn't that be neat? Somebody knew, well, I'd undo the work of a fool. Well, wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? If somebody knew of fools, wouldn't that be cool? You got right in at the end.
Right, I did.
All right, we got term business now. You want to try that other one that we played together once? It's changing the mind is fun. It's just
Refresh my mind.
F, B flat, C,
F, B flat, C, and F.
that's it. So it goes. You want to try it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Change in the weather has come. Change that can't be undone. Change in the sky overhead. Blue to yellow to red. Think it's gonna be fine. Think we're gonna make it. Think it's gonna be fine soon. A big change coming. Gonna see a difference. Yeah, there's a big change coming soon. Next time that the weather is nice, let's make broccoli and rice. Yeah, changing our mind is fun. Fun for everyone. Think it's gonna be fine. Think we're gonna make it. I think it's gonna be fine soon. There's a big change coming. We're gonna see a difference. Yeah, there's a big change coming soon. folks. That's been a wonderful. Thank you, you two. Bravo. Little claps for you guys. Thank you all out there in the audience. That was so fun. So weird. Someday I look forward to being in sort of an environment that's sweaty and has more than 7 people in it. But right now we're sweating in a room full of 7 people, and we're really sending out a lot of love out there. You guys, thank you everyone in this room for helping make it happen, and thank you everybody out there. It's been fun. Take care.
Good night.